So number one, we did amazing, by the way. I raised $8,000.
Wow.
Shocking. So that's ganz good. That's very, very surprising. And that was amazing. That's announcement number one. Number two is that I started a new program. You know, a friend of mine, one of the guys who listened, is a big fan. He's a big fan. And he was part of a program called Hashgacha. I don't know if you ever heard of it. They basically did, you know, like Daf Yomi. Yeah? So they did Daf Yomi with Musar Sfarim, basically. That's what they're doing. Not Daf Yomi, but they have a calendar, they set it up, a whole thing. So I started Mamish last week, full 8 days ago, and we're going at Rabbeinu Yoina. So it's very nice. It is also on Torah Anytime. So whatever, same phone number, that kind of stuff. If you want to hop around, that's good. We've all learned Pirkei Avos, but like it's a whole new limud. It's taka very interesting. There's some big chidushim over there. Either way, chidushim for me, Pasha. Okay, that's ein zach. Now, so we had a little bit of a break, and it was mamish. It was perfect because we ended off last year. We ended off with a little bit of a shar fazach that lechura. There's a big problem. There's a big problem nowadays that we could say over a vort, yeah, and we're clearly not holding by it. Clearly not holding by it. And when you do that all the time, it's the same story. You will become, a medaber ve'eina oisa, yeah, chachmas meruba memaisa. This is a terrible thing. And punkt, during our break, mamish our break, Thursday night. Well, it was Thursday night. It was taka Thursday night, middle of the night. Thursday night was Shavuos night. Mamish, it was Shechina v'daberes m'tach groinoi that this came to life. That Maisa that I told you, Pasha came to. I told you that I was vani b'chlolam, yeah, but I didn't give you a real grubba example. It really happened. A guy, I lost myself. I will be moida. I lost myself, okay, and a guy called me out. He says, "But you give a shear, huh? You give a shear. How could you not? How could you do such a thing?" So, so we're going to try and learn the sugya, and hopefully it will turn into something, because we can't just say and be a behemoth gasa in the Gaza. Can't do that. Ifshar. Okay? So I had a Maisa B'didi Hava Uvda, and that's a big chizuk, for me at least. Okay? So we're going to learn where I think this sugya is, because this Ramban, everybody's very famous. Everybody knows this Ramban. This Ramban is the Ramban that says that there's no teva, right? We know that? Well, the Ramban doesn't say that. Okay? That's your little, lollipop that you'll get after this year. Okay? Ramban doesn't say that. We're going to go through it because this Ramban, Rabbi Yisai, is talking about Hashgacha Pratis from the beginning till the end. And I have to show it to you inside, otherwise you won't believe it. So we're going to learn it inside. From Va'ata Oimer Lecha Klal Betam Mitzvahs Rabbis. You see it? We have it? Good. Hine me'ez heyois oivdei gelulim ba'olam mimei enosh. Ever since Avodah Zarah started happening, hechelu hadeyos lishtabesh be'emuna, began that the deyos started being meshubash. Mehem, so now pay attention, this is Gevaldik. Mehem koifrim be'ikr ve'oimrim ki ha'olam kadmoin. The world came first. There's no bayra b'chlal. Kochshu b'Hashem v'yomer loihu. It's not him. It's a big bang. Alright. Okay, so that's one. Now mehem makchishim b'yidiyosei pratis. There are those that are what's his name? That are koichesh. 1 second. Makchishim b'yidiyosei pratis v'oimrim v'yomru eicha yoda kel v'yesh deya be'elyon. How does he know every last detail? Okay, fine. So that's two. Umehem sheyoid b'yediyah. They're moed in the yediyah umakchishim b'ashgacha. בהשגחה. ויעשו אדם כדגי הים שלא ישגיח קהל בהם. ואין עמהם עונש או שכר. Okay, so there's no schar v'oinish. They believe, but there's no hashgacha. He's not bashgiach. He doesn't care what's going on. Yoimru ozav Hashem es. He's up in the himmel. He left. So there are 3 kfiras. Okay, 3 mistakes, 3 shibushim that the Ovdei Gelulim were mechadesh. Okay. וכאשר ירצה אלוקים בעדו ביחיד ויעשה עמהם מויפס בשינוי מנהגו של עולם וטבעי יסבר לכל. Okay, the Rebbeinu Shem is going to choose a yachid or a tzibur. It's going to be misbar to everybody. Bitul hadeyos ha'elu kulam. Bitul hadeyos ha'elu kulam. All these tainas, all these deyos will become batul. Ki ha-moifes ha-nifla moira sheyesh la'olam eloika mechatshoi, number 1. Ve'yoideya u'mashgiach ve'yochol. So the moifes is uprooting these deyos. So you understand? That's a moifes. That's nisim gdoilim. That's Yitzias Mitzrayim happened. That's what happened. Okay? Ki daber Elokim es ha'adam v'yigal es soidei el avodav ha'neviim v'yiskayim im zeh kol haTorah kula. V'lechein omar, so now this is a Murdik Adiyah, this is a Ramban. Lechein yemer ha'kosav b'moifsim, in the moifsim of Mitzrayim, right? V'adam zeh ha'moifsim, dam v'eish v'simras Hashem, that's the 10 makas. U'b'moifsim it says, leman teida ki ani Hashem b'karav ha'aretz, number 1. L'hoiris ala hashgacha, ki lo ozav oisa lemikrim kedatom. V'omar, leman teida ki l'Hashem ha'aretz, l'hoiris ala chidush, Kem shaloi shebra me'ayin. Ve'omar ba'avur teda ki ani ki ein kamoin b'chol ha'aretz. And now there's a third ki ein kamoin b'chol ha'aretz l'hoiros ala yecholes. Shu shalit b'kol in ma'akev b'yada ki b'kol ze hoyu ha'mitzrim makchishim oy mistapkim. So the goyim, the mitzrim, were mistapik in those 3 sfeikis that we said in the beginning. So the moifsim agdoilim, the Bachar Ba'ama Yisrael Ba'ava, the whole Yitzias Mitzrayim was kidei, to educate, to tell them that what they were thinking was a mistake. We're following. It's very simple. Okay, so now, since it's not going to happen anymore, there was only one time big moifsim, that's why we have all these tzivuyim. Okay? To teach our kids and our grandkids, v'chulu, v'chulu, v'chulu. That's that paragraph. Okay, let's just read it. Ba'avur ki HaKadosh Baruch Hu lo yasa oisu moiz v'chol dor le'enei kol rosh oy koifer yitzave oisonu shenase tamid zikaron v'ois la'asher ro eineinu v'nate kadavar l'bneinu b'neim u'bneim l'dor acharon v'hichmir ma'oid be'inyin kemo shechayiv koreis b'achilas chometz u'ba'azivas ha'pesach v'hitzrich shen והצורך שנכתב כל מה שנראה אלינו באויסס מויפס על ידינו ועל בין עינינו. We have to do it on tefillin and right? בראש בלב לכתב אויסויד על פסחי המתים במזוזות. We mamish have to remember it. בבויקר בערב כמו שאומרו אמס ויעצב דרייסה מה שכוזב למען תזכור שיום תזכור מארץ מצרים כל ימי חייך שנעשה what is that? סוכה בכל שנה also. Okay, let's go on. We're already 9 minutes in. Yeah. Lefikach amru. Let's read this. These next 2 paragraphs. Okay. Lefikach amru. Lefikach amru have a zor b'mitzvah kalaka b'chamur shekulin chamudois chavivos ma'oid shebechol sho odam moide behen le'loikav. Every mitzvah you're being moide to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. B'kavonas kol ha-mitzvahs. Rabbi Yisrael. Kavonas kol ha-mitzvahs shenamin b'lekeinu. Not b'lekim. That's Rav Lechter's diak over here. It's a cute diak. Be'lekeinu. The whole point is that we're mammon in Elekeinu, that He is our God. That's Hashgacha Pratis over here. Okay? And we have to be moided to Him that He created us. Ve'i kavanas hayitzira. This is the only pshat the Ramban has in the kavanah of the yitzira. B'chlal. The whole world was created with us in mind, that we will be noide Elov, right? Shenamin belekin noide Elov. שאין לנו טעם אחר ביצירה ראשונה, ואין אל עליון חפץ בתחתונים, מלבד שידע האדם וידע ללקוף שברו. This is the whole tachlis. The tachlis of the Yetzirah is that we are moide bekol ram, that the Rebbeinu Shalom is created us for a purpose of His avodas Hashem. We are part of His plan. That's the whole point. V'kavanos roimimus hakol betfilos. Why do we raise our voice in tefillah? He's not talking about Shemona Esrei. Stam, tefillas. V'kavanos batek nesiyas. The point of having a shul, saying the Beni Heish Meirabah betzibur. What is all this? V'schus tefillas harabim. Zeu shiyeh lebnei adam mokam yiskabtzu v'yoydu lekel shebrom v'imtimu yifarsimu zeh v'yormu lefanav b'yisecha anachnu. Zeh kavanasam b'ma she'omru zal in Yerushalmi. This is a big chiddush in Yerushalmi. V'yikaru lelekim b'chozka. They call out to the Rebbeinu b'chozka, and Chazal say, Mikana talamet shetfila tzricha koil chatzifa notzach lebisha. What does that mean, chatzifa notzach lebisha? This is a big chiddush in tefillah, Rabbi Yisai. We daven with chutzpah. Yeah? Who here davens Nusach Sfar? Anybody? Nobody? That's moiridik. Nobody here davens Nusach Sfar? Yeah? You daven? No. It's gewaldig. Okay. So we don't say no. We don't say no. Kimat not. I don't think once in the Shemona Esrei. We don't say no. We don't say no. Why not? Chatzifa adifa mibisha. That's the word. Chatzifa is adifa mibisha. We say to the Rebbeinu, B'riyasecha anachnu. You want us here. I didn't ask to come here. So give. I need the refuah. I need the money. You want me to have it. You want me to be matzliach, so I could be mekadeshim shemayim. That's the point of chatzifa adifa mibisha. This is a whole new gang, and what tefillah is about. But that's what kavanas kol mitzvahs is about. We are, right? His tachlis. He wants our avodas Hashem. Okay. Now watch this. This is the big chiddush over here. Umin anisim hagedolim hamefursamim od hamoide benisim anistarim shehem yesod kol haTorah kula. Okay, so what did we say the Nisim HaGedolim HaMefursamim were meant to do? Were they meant to show that Rebbeinu Shalom is Kol Yachol, is the strongest guy? The last one, maybe. Bali Achoylus Kulam. But was it meant to show that the Rebbeinu Shalom is so strong? My Rebbe has a Gvaldik Kasha, different Rebbe Brazil. Famous Kasha, good Mashgiach's Kasha. Why do you need 10 makas? Rebbeinu Shalom could have done it all in one shot, Turned Paro into a frog, Could have done anything, post-sci-fi. You can come up with a great idea for, Yetzias Mitzrayim, right? He could have done anything. But the point was not to show, his muscles in Yetzias Mitzrayim. That wasn't the point. The point was to teach a lesson. There was a shibush in the world. The Goyim were koifer. They were koifer. They had new ideologies. There was avodah zarah in the world. So the Rebbeinu was trying to educate them. And us at the same time. So the Nisim HaGedolim were educating. So says the Ramban, Min HaNisim HaGedolim, Ondo Moide BeNisim HaNistarim Shem Yisod Kol HaTorah Kula, She'ein LaAdam Chelek BeTorah as Moshe Rabbeinu, Ad Shenamin Bechol Devoreinu Umikreinu. Until we believe in everything that happens to us, Shekulam Nisim Ein Baim Teva. Not the pshat that water is not really water. And fire is not really fire. It's all Dvar Hashem. There's about the Teva in the world. There's Teva in the world. The Rebbeinu Shalom created Teva. What does it mean that there's no Teva? By Mikreinu und Dvareinu, there's no Teva. It happened to you specifically, or it happened to our Shchuna, or to our Klal Yisrael specifically to teach us a lesson. Just like the Nisim HaGedolim taught us a lesson. Yani Hashem b'kever haaretz, ein kamayim b'chol haaretz. Those 3 big lessons, which we spoke about during the Haggadah Shel Pesach, right? The 3 things. It's coming to teach you a lesson. So the vort is that the Nisim HaNistorim, they happen to us every day. And that doesn't mean that there's no Teva, and we're just, everything in the world, we're just being moida that the Rebbeinu Shalom is Kol Yachol. No. The point is that the Nisim HaNistorim are happening to us specifically to teach us something. That's why this is all about Hashgacha Pratis. This Ramban is about Hashgacha Pratis. Hashgacha Pratis is, let's say, a mistake out there in the world. Hashgacha Pratis, everybody learns it up like, me and Hashem, palsy walsy, Thank you, Hashem, for parking. Thank you, Hashem, for everything great that I have. That's, yes, of course, thank you. Yeah, great. But there's much more than that. Sometimes the Rebbeinu Shalom is trying to communicate with you. Not only you communicating with him to Hashgacha. Yeah? Rav Lechter hates this thank you Hashem thing. He says, well, you're treating Hashem like your servant. Like he gets you your towel and he gets you your gets you your parking. Oh, Hashgacha, he's mamish serving you. No, that's not what Hashem is. Hashem is educating you. He's trying to educate you. He's trying to talk to you. He's trying to teach you something. With everything that happens, he is communicating with the world, just like he communicated with the world. B'nisim HaGedolim, he is trying to communicate with us on a personal level. And he proves it. He proves it that that's what the Meduber here in the Ramban is, because of the next line. He says over here, Ein b'em tevim minhagos shel olam, bein berabim, bein b'yochid. What is that supposed to be? Yeah, if you learn up this Ramban as that there's no teva, there's no such thing as water, there's no such thing as fire. What is bein berabim, bein b'yochid? No, there's no reading over here. There's no laning. Teretz is, over here we're learning that it's bein berabim, bein b'yochid, meaning a person would say, listen, Hashem likes the Jewish people, so like he talks to the Jewish people, fine, very good. But if I, whatever, something happened to me personally, mechatesi, somebody gets sick, he's not trying to tell me anything, only when it's like, the Gadol Hador, or B'chmal is nifter, okay, that's a message, fine, I understand. No. B'chol dvarenu, bein berabim, bein b'yochid. That's why he's medayik also married the Gediyah Rav Lechter. We learned this up with Rav Lechter, so this is not my Torah, this is. He learned it of married the Gediyah. Usually we say the Sprach is Yochid v'Rabim. Yochid v'Rabim, Lochik Rabim. Over here, what's this? Rabim v'Yochid. Bein b'Rabim, bein b'Yochid. Why bein b'Rabim, bein b'Yochid? Because it's following the whole theme over here. We started Nisim HaGedolim, and we're going to Nisim in the storm. Bein b'Rabim, bein b'Yochid. That's married the Gediyah. That's Gevaldik. So that's how he's learning up Pshat. But you see that's the whole Meduber over here. Bein b'Rabim, bein b'Yochid. Ele im yase ha-mitzvahs yatzlichenu schoroi ve'im yavar alem yachrisenu oinshoi hakol b'gzeiras elyon kasher iskarti kvar. That's in Bereshis. That's also another Ramban. By the way, if anybody wants to fight with you and tell you that no, rather there's no such thing as Teva, there's no such thing as Mir, there's a Ramban Mefurish in Parashas Lech Lecha. The Ramban says, a big chiddush, that most of us are Tachas Mikrim. I don't have that Chumash here, but we are Nosun Tachas Mikrim. Mikrei Teva, Mikrei Olam Hazeh. Only the Tzadikim, Megdoilim, are the Rebbeinu Shalom is mashgiach with them on every little prat. Every little prat. That's a big chiddush. It's a whole separate shmuz. But we learned the Torah on the Indian, and I just want to show you where the cracks are. Where are the cracks? And this, we're going to have to work on this next week, maybe the following week, because next week is Baloischa. I really don't want to miss out on Baloischa. So, again, we're going to sit with this. This is good. We're going to sit with this. Where are the cracks over here? What do you mean? The Rebbeinu Shalom is talking to me. How do I know what he's going to say? Well, how do we learn up? How do we learn up? The messages like Mechatesi, right? We don't have any chinuch in that. Where do we start? Where do we start? And the pitfall is, okay, there's no written text, right? We have a Torah. So how do we translate the world? There was in Eretz Yisrael it's kemat. I don't know why in America you don't have it, but in Eretz Yisrael every yeshiva has a rashiva and a mashgiach kemat. I don't know of a yeshiva that doesn't, except Brisk, right? I don't think there's mashgiach in Brisk, but in America they follow Brisk very much, right? So it's kemat, not motz ein benimtza. So whatever. I remember schmoozing it out with friends sometimes, like what's taka? What do you need a mashgiach for? So I said a zog once, whether or not it's true, it's a good zog. It's my zog, so I'll say it, right? Mashgiach tells you, Rashiva tells you what's pshat in the Gemara. What zog the Rebbeinu Shalom in the Gemara, yeah? And the Mashgiach tells you what zog the Rebbeinu Shalom in Welt. So there's a chinuch over here. There's a way to do this. We have to do this. That's Nisim Hashem. You said Kol HaTorah that the Rebbeinu Shalom is here, and he's talking. He's trying to talk to you, okay? And we are the only ones that can talk that language. So we have to learn up how to do that. And we have a mahalach. And we'll think about it. Maybe you'll have a mahalach also, but we'll come back to it. Be'ez Hashem. Okay.